Hey guys, today we're back with another video, and today on the channel I thought I would actually put my opinion out on what guns I think are the most scarce currently right now in this gun shortage in America. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Right off the bat, the easiest way that I can explain what's going on in America right now is that due to not only the coronavirus, but the civil unrest going on in America right now, and on top of that, a lot of the gun manufacturers actually shutting down, not creating guns anymore because of the coronavirus. But you know, as a lot of y'all have seen right now, guns has either went through the roof on some type of models. Some type of models are still readily available, and then others you cannot find at all. So just from my opinion, what I've seen that are becoming either harder to find or very scarce or not even available at all, the top one on this list would probably be the Benelli M4. As you all have seen, if you all been watching the prices on this model, most Benelli M4s sold new for $17.99 to $21.99. The lower edition being the one with just a fixed stock and the 5+1 magazine tube. The higher one being the law enforcement edition with a telescopic stock on it. 7+1 magazine tube, H2O edition to where it's actually got that titanium coating. And the night sights edition, that'd be the one that would normally sell for about $2,100 to $2,200. Now, the normal Benelli M4, brand new in box, is getting about around $2,600 to $2,700 on Gunbroker, just the normal edition one with the fixed stock and 5+1 magazine tube. Where the law enforcement edition, from what I've seen, is ranging anywhere from $35,000 to even $4,000. And that is almost a 100% increase, which, you know, to double the increase of what it normally would have sold for. So you can see a high rise in them. They're very hard to find. No gun shops right now have them in stock anywhere, and I've actually been looking for the law enforcement one to keep myself. But moving on from the Benelli M4, the next ones that I have seen that are very, very hard to find or get even a hold of are any kind of Glocks, mainly 9mm though. But I've seen some Glocks and even Glock 21s, Gen 3s, and Gen 4s with a few mags. Somebody sold one the other day for $700, and normally that one would have sold for anywhere from $450 to possibly $500 tops. So there's been a huge rise in them. The 9mm ranging from 26, 19, 20, 26, 19, 17, and 34s are going normally now for $650, between $600 and $650 for Gen 4, Gen 5. Like I said in one of my past videos, I seen one sell at the gun show locally to me, brand new Gen 5 19 MOS edition for $1,100, and that's just unheard of. So normally on any other Glocks, such as the Gen 3, 26, 19, 17, you'll see them go for about around normally $400 to even $375 to even $350 at some times. I've seen that. Gen 4 sell anywhere from $400 to $425 normally. Gen 5 sell normally about $450, $425. And now, like I said, you can see them now ranging anywhere from $600 to $650 to $700, and then some crazy cases $1,100 like what I've seen. So other Glocks such as 40 caliber still kind of selling low but high in the market currently, like a normal Glock 27 I seen sell the other day for $450 whenever that normally would have sold for $300 tops because of all the police trade-ins. Just right now, any kind of high capacity Glocks that you can find are selling through the roof, and that's probably my number 2 on the one that has been the hardest to find. Besides that, we're kind of getting into a little bit of more swampier area whenever it comes to harder to find, because they'll be really off the stocks or off the shelves in gun stores, and they can't really be found online too easy, or mainly concealed carry pistols such as say a Smith & Wesson 642 and 38 Special. SIG 938s, Springfield 911s, SIG 365, 365 XLs, just these main common concealed carry pistols that you would be able to find on any gun store now are selling online for pretty much $100 to $200, if not $300 more than they normally would have sold in store. And that's just something that kind of questions me, because I can remember even before this Corona, a Smith & Wesson 642 38 special was selling for anywhere between $200 $250, just because of how bad Smith had marketed them with their rebates and all that. But now, I mean, one without box is selling for $400. One with box, I seen somebody give $600 for one the other day. And, you know, these are crazy prices, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, you know, we really don't know when all these guns will be back in stock, because not only are they being bought off the shelves as soon as they're put out, but at the same time, you have all of these places that are normally, or all these, you know, brands that normally build guns and everything are still kind of either, not putting out a lot because of their employer rate right now is very low, because nobody's in shop, or they're doing the 6 foot distance and all that stuff, which will put a lower production rate, or they've not even started back production yet. And just from what I can tell, we will probably see these price raises until the coronavirus is officially over. At first, I thought it might just have been because of election, because the same thing happened with ARs during the election, which we'll get to that here in a second. But you know, this is went beyond the election, if you want my honest opinion. I think now it's mainly because of the coronavirus and the civil unrest, because we're seeing an unprecedented amount of people that have never owned guns before come out and buy guns, and that's where you're mainly seeing your shortage of actual firearms. Now, your ammo, a lot of people that have bought guns before and stockpile guns have mainly went out and bought all your ammo. And on top of the coronavirus, not being able to produce as much ammo or find the materials, because, you know, even though one or two places might shut down and not be producing ammo during this time, but you've got places that are, you know, you have some places that produce the metal for the ammo, you have places that produce the lead for the projectile, you have places that produce the black powder, and there's a lot of law enforcement and military suppliers that cannot even build in this ammo anymore, because they just cannot have the resources to even build the bullet to begin with. So that's another major problem. But getting back to the gun shortage, I would say the next one in line would be your ARs and AKs, your quote-unquote what people call assault rifles, even though they're not, but that's the easiest way to kind of explain it out. But your AR-15s, your AK-47s, they're right now very hard to find, and if you do find them, they're bringing high dollars, such as just entry-level ARs that normally sold for $400 now are selling from anywhere between $6 to $8 to, I mean, it really just depends on what somebody wants to give, and that's kind of what we're seeing, is that if somebody's in a position to where they think that they need one bad enough to where they're going to go out and buy these prices and buy these, or give these prices for these guns, then you're going to see a shortage, and that's what everybody's doing right now. And that's why, like I said, it's hard to even find any kind of ARs that are decently priced right now. And to the point to where even I was wanting, or I bought or built a AR-10 308 through Our Precision, and I had to go to 5 different places to even get all the parts to build it. And even then, normally that gun would have been about around $1,000 to build, but it would ended up being, for me, about around $1,100 with my police discounts and all that. But for the normal person, would have been around $1,400 to $1,500 to build, and that's just crazy. And you know, you're looking at just some crazy prices right now with crazy times going on. But like I said, after the election's over, you'll see a shortage of, you'll see more of a surplus of some types of weapons being more on stocks, because people's not going out and buying 5 and 6 ARs just because that if Biden gets in, we won't have them anymore, which he's already starting to produce that ideology of banning assault weapons, banning high capacity magazines. He just actually put out a tweet the other day, the 13th of September, about this, and I'm sure that just because he's put that out, there's been tens of thousands more ARs and mags and AKs bought off the shelves that actually had them just because of that same tweet. I heard a guy one time say that, Barack Obama was a better salesman than Oliver Winchester, because anytime he would put out a tweet or a speech or anything about banning assault weapons, people would go and buy them off the shelves, and that's what you're seeing right now. So if Trump wins the election, which if you're watching this channel, you're more than likely a Trump supporter, or at least a Second Amendment supporter. If Trump wins the election, which I hope he does, we'll see normal guns kind of come back into stock, such as AKs and ARs, because we know that they're not going to be, possibly banned. So if that happens, then you'll start seeing them come back into stock. Now, whenever we see some types of guns come back into stock, such as your concealed carry pistols, your Glocks, and everything like that, I think it will be after this coronavirus is over, to where we can start full mass producing these guns again. And with your ammo, I think it will be the same with the coronavirus. But it's it really just depends on how much longer this civil unrest will be going on in America. Right now, we're going into probably, I think the George Floyd shooting happened about around May, possibly, if I'm not mistaken, May, possibly June. I'm not really sure on that, but it's been around now for at least 2 to 3 months of this civil unrest, and it just seems like it's getting worse every single day that goes on. So, it really just depends on whenever everything starts dying down and all that. But after all this stuff dies down with the coronavirus, election, and the civil unrest, I think that you'll start seeing your ammo prices go down. They'll be able to be easier found, and it will kind of go back to normal times. So, guys, leave your comments and questions below, and let me get some feedback on what y'all think. I personally think that it will be over as soon as this coronavirus is finally up, and they maybe get a vaccine, or everybody just kind of realizes that we're all going to get it sooner or later, and we just bite the bullet and go on with our daily lives like we normally did. So, guys, let me know what you think. Appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.